Hello and welcome to the Star Wars After Show presented by Verizon. I'm Andy Gutierrez, co-host of the Star Wars Show. And this week on the show, because we had Dave Filoni on the Star Wars Show as our guest, we are of course going to be talking about Star Wars Rebels, plus touching on a little bit of our favorite Star Wars cosplay and our anticipation of the Rogue One trailer. And here to talk to me about everything Star Wars is my panel of Lucasfilm employees, starting with Justin Bolger, social engagement strategist, StarWars.com, Lucasfilm Story Group creative executive Matt Martin, Kristen Hidalgo, localization coordinator here at Lucasfilm, and finally, producer of the Star Wars Show, Mr. Scott Bromley.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi. This week!
Voice
of the Yoda Fountain.
Voice of the Yoda Fountain, yeah.
Yoda Fountain revealed.
That's right! Yeah, that's me. Sorry.
You have to do this entire thing in that voice.
In that voice? Oh, I don't think I could.
But with just your lips showing.
We'll get you a little paper cutout.
What are the topics for this week, Andy?
So today we are talking about Rebels because we had Dave Filoni on the show, who's always awesome, always insightful, and the new season is starting next month, which is super exciting.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
I want to see more Chopper.
More Chopper. I know you love that.
I love Chopper. He's the best character on the show, in my opinion. He is. He's surly. He doesn't have an arc. He's an angry cat.
He has an arc. He goes from angry to also angry.
He's probably killed the most people on that show.
And now he has AP5. He has a friend, so I'm hoping to see more of that dynamic.
The softer side of Chopper.
Yeah.
Is there a softer side of Chopper?
We're gonna find out.
Okay.
Ooh.
Probably not.
I doubt it. I doubt it.
So what are you guys looking forward to most about the season? I know Big Thrawn has been the big topic of conversation, but there's a lot more loose ends that we have to pick up. Justin?
I'm actually more excited for Governor Price than I am for Thrawn.
Oh.
You would be.
Of course.
They've been talking
Big
about
fan
her.
of bureaucracy.
She's more than a bureaucrat, I'm sure. She is rocking like a Kate Blanchett haircut from Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull.
Yeah, she's got cool eye makeup.
She does.
She makes amazing spreadsheets.
Don't knock it.
She seems very competent so far. And they've talked about her a lot in other media, and so it's cool to actually see her on the show.
Competent enough for her to be like off-world all the time dealing with the higher ups, so.
When Palpatine invites you to spend Empire Day with him on Coruscant, I mean,
Yeah.
there you go.
I think you've made it at that point. That's like, you've made it.
When the Emperor invites you to a party, that's it. That's the top.
What about you, Matt?
I mean, I'm excited about a lot of things, but I think that clip of Sabine holding the Darksaber in the trailer, obviously that's going to go somewhere awesome. And, I love all the Mandalore culture and history, and seeing Sabine finally kind of start to go that direction is really exciting.
Yeah, and I think a lot of fans have been really itching to get more of Mandalore culture, expanded upon, because they have, with all Legends content, they have something that they, expect it to be. So I think maybe we're going to be getting closer to that now.
I'm really interested to see what is on the future for Ezra, because we left him in sort of an interesting place at the end of last season. And, and then seeing Darth Maul sort of like, what's going to happen there? So I'm really curious what is in the future for our friend.
Yeah, totally. I think fans that were able to see those first 2 episodes at Celebration got to see kind of the start of what's happening with Ezra, and it's
so good.
super interesting to see the direction he's heading in.
And I think we have to address the big blue guy in the room, because Thrawn has been something that fans have been like clamoring for since, I don't know, forever, and now they get him. And I think the people who saw the first 2 episodes will probably like already realizing that Dave knows what he's doing, and like they're gonna treat him right. Why do you think that character fits so well here? Why do you think people wanted him here so badly?
I think the people wanted him here so badly because for a long time, and Dave alluded to this in the panel at Celebration, he was really all you had. When the Heir to the Empire trilogy came out, it didn't look like you were ever going to get any new Star Wars movies, so this was the big bad of all of it. As far as him on the show, I think what strikes me the most about him, and what I hope people like, is how soft-spoken he is. He's not an in-your-face kind of passionate Imperial, and I think so far on Rebels, that's what you've seen from Callus, like, Lasat, face me! And Maul, certainly, who has a lot of passion, but Thrawn almost seems chill to the point of being dispassionate until you see his plans start to play out and realize that he's in control the whole time, which has been really cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's almost like Palpatine in that way. So you could kind of see why Palpatine would respect him enough to escalate him to that position. It's like those two kind of speak the same language. They're both very calculating, think out their plans from beginning to end, and see them through.
I'm just happy that all the people who have been cosplaying as Thrawn for years are finally being vindicated. They're like, I knew it! I knew it!
I saw one Thrawn at Celebration, and he just so happened to be Thrawn on Rebels Day, and I took a picture with him before the panel because I knew what was going to happen, and I was like, that guy.
And then you took a picture of him afterwards, and it was just streaky blue makeup all
That
over the
guy
place.
had the best day ever.
Speaking of cosplay, you got to do some in the show this week.
I did get to do some. We got to hang out with some Novos gear, which is awesome. They always hook us up. I got to put on the Rey gear.
What was that like?
It's so comfy.
Yeah?
It's gonna be your new look.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like I'm more of like a black and gray kind of girl, so like maybe her later outfit with the vest, but no, it's like super duper comfy, which
How
is
does it
nice.
breathe?
Very
Like, could you
breathable.
live in a desert with that?
I think so. Well, and I really like what Novos is doing because I have no sewing ability. Like, I'm always blown away by the cosplay that our fans make, like, and there's no way I could ever do it. So Novos is like, yay, it's the only way I can dress up like Rey because there's no way I'm sewing that.
No, it's great. They made the costume to your measurements for you for this specifically.
You've all been part of the Star Wars community for a long time. What cosplay have you seen? Like, are there any that really strike out in your mind as like really, really impressive?
I'm always surprised to see, he's not my favorite character, but the way that they've done it, I've seen people do Grievous, where his cape goes over the actual cosplayer and they've got almost a little puppet in front of them. So when they're
Yeah.
walking around, it looks like Grievous is walking in front of you and interacting with you at a con or something like that. It's pretty cool.
That's pretty cool.
I'm a big fan of like the crossover costumes. The Star-Lord Trooper is my current favorite because I really loved Guardians and I love Star Wars, obviously. And having a dude walking around that's like half of both, while with a boombox playing, the Guardians soundtrack is pretty exciting.
I don't think I've seen that guy.
He's rad.
I think one of my favorites I ever saw was a samurai Darth Vader. It's a very elaborate samurai costume that was clearly Darth Vader. And in addition to that, I'm really a big fan of kid costumes, which are often not as complicated, but kind of adorable. So when you see like a 3-year-old dressed as an Ewok, it kind of kills me. And also, I'm a really big fan of like boys 10 and under dressed as Lando, because like a little kid with a mustache.
Always good.
I will always stop for little kid Lando.
Last year at Celebration, I saw my favorite
Oh, I know which
costume.
one you're
Yeah, me
talking
too.
about.
Is it the Kenner?
The Hammerhead.
Yeah, the Kenner Hammerhead. Someone dressed up as the Kenner action figure Hammerhead. It was like super lumpy.
Like not an
and not-
Ithorian, just the Kenner figure.
Just the Kenner figure, but it was like kind of it was homemade, which made it even more charming because it was like lumpy blocks of foam put together. But it was just like, wow, dude, you did the Kenner version. You didn't even do the movie version. I love that. You got the really poorly painted eyes, and he's wearing those blue pants.
So good.
It was great, like because you could see him from a distance.
Oh, yeah.
And I was running because I was late to do something at that celebration, and I saw him from a distance. Like, well, I'm gonna be even later because I
Yeah.
have to get a picture of
Yeah,
this.
I thought that one was.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of the kid ones. Like now seeing all of like, I couldn't even count how many little girls I saw as Rey and like having so much fun as Rey, which is super cool. But I've always been a fan of like the little kid costumes with like the plastic masks that are super creepy. Like my cousin's daughter, Samantha's like a huge Rebels fan, and she came to a con with me, and she was dressed as Sabine, and it's like when they turn their head, it just doesn't quite line up right, and they're super creepy, and I love them so much. They're
It's
great.
like your old Admiral Akbar costume. That
Yeah.
is probably my favorite photo of you of all time. It's a picture of Matt in it's like a 1983 Ben
It's
Cooper.
the Ben Cooper.
Wow.
Return of the Jedi children's, because I mean
It's a kid's medium.
it's a kid's
So
medium,
it-
which is a Matt perfect.
It's a little
Little
snug.
snug.
And he's wearing the mask going like this. It's like this super tight vinyl just garbage bag with the Return of the Jedi logo on it and a
Yep.
mask.
Kids these days.
Definitely one of my finer moments.
That's
Yeah.
good.
Moving on to Rogue One, because as we're talking about this, the trailer is going to drop tonight during the Olympics, and a lot of people are really excited. Who would have thought, right? Like new trailer, that's exciting. Justin, like since you've been, you're plugged into all of our social accounts every day, everywhere. What have you been seeing in terms of like fan anticipation?
I think people just really want to see it. I don't think that a lot of people know exactly what to expect from it. They know what the story is, basically. They've seen the general people who are involved in the plot. They have an understanding of the feel. I think they want a little bit more context.
All right, thanks guys. Always fun to sit and talk Star Wars with you. And now we'll have to get back to work, which is Star Wars, which is cool. Just bragging, really, at
Yeah.
that point. And thank you for watching the Star Wars After Show presented by Verizon. We'll be back next week with a brand new episode. And as always, for more Star Wars Show, check out youtube.com/Star Wars, starwars.com, or the Star Wars app. Thanks again, and may the Force be with you.